guys, welcome back. So today's video is brought by Dr. Nimish Shukla, who is HOD of Medicine Department of CMP HMC. First of all, thank you sir for your kind words and appreciation of the channel, and secondly, thank you for this mnemonic for the drug. Usually I say that I hope you like the video, but today I'm pretty sure you'll love it because it is given by Dr. Nimish Shukla. So let's dive right into it, shall we? So the drug is belladonna, and I might just go a step forward and call it belladonitis. The common name is deathly nightshade and the family is Solanaceae. Now, important thing about family is that Stramonium and Hyoscyamus are also the part of Solanaceae family, and they also form Nash trios of delirium with belladonna. So you can remember it with the family. The mnemonic that we will be using is birds. It is given by Shukla sir, and he's also helped me proofread it. Like I said, belladonitis. So the main key symptom is going to be inflammation. Inflammation is acute and violent in onset. With inflammation comes 5 cardinal signs. They are redness, raised temperature or heat. Then there is pain. The pain is more like burning, so we write it as burning pain. There is swelling or tumor formation or congestion, whatever. The last cardinal principle is loss of function. So loss of function is quite retrospective. So if there is inflammation of throat, so there will be difficulty in swallowing or dysphagia. If there is dryness in the mouth or inflammation of mouth, then there will be difficulty in speech. So that is quite retrospective. Now all these words currently displayed are in fact general or guiding indications of the drug. We will start first with the redness. So redness is seen at all levels or wherever there is inflammation. Starting with skin, so skin is red and shiny. Then we go to face. Face is flushed with throbbing carotids, hard bounding pulse. There is like a rush of blood to the head. At the same time, there is one contradictory symptom, that is vertigo. Vertigo is more or less likely be positional vertigo. Since the vertigo is when stooping or when rising after stooping or with every change in position, so this indicates less blood supply to the head, but at the same time face is flushed, and in such kind of vertigo the face usually goes pale. So you remember it with contradiction. This was about face. Going into more particulars, so there is redness in mouth, throat, tonsils, uvula. Every part that is inflamed is bound to be red. Also, it is more right-sided drug. So right-sided tonsil will be more enlarged and inflamed than left-sided tonsil. Then we move on to raised temperature. So raised temperature has 3 sections. One is of discharges. Then there is fever. And then there is external. So external we include in burning. The examiner, when he is examining, his hands burn because the skin is so hot. So that is raised temperature. Fever we'll be talking later. Discharges such as lochia, menses, any hemorrhage for that matter is hot. Also the vagina is hot. We will go on to D because it is exactly similar. D stands for dryness mainly. So dryness of whatever part is red. So dryness of mouth will cause difficulty in speech, dryness of throat, difficulty in swallowing, dryness of vagina, dryness of larynx. Dryness of larynx we also saw in spongia. If you've not checked that out, you can check it. I'll keep the link in the bio. Now, even though the mouth is dry, the patient is thirstless. Moving on to B, or the pains in general. So pains in general are short attack. They come suddenly, last indefinitely, and then end suddenly. So this is the graph, and they go from above downwards, that is from head to toe. Also, the pain is associated with throbbing carotids and flushed face. The burning is internal as well as external. So internally, in every organ he'll feel burning, and external, like we said, the examiner's hand feel burned. So moving on to the last one, that is S. Swelling. Whenever there is swelling, there is going to be shiny appearance and glazy look. Swelling, like I said, in redness is present everywhere there is inflammation, but important ones are cervical glands or any lymph nodes. There is swelling of larynx, tonsils and everything, obviously throat, but there is also prostate swelling, which is more likely to be BEP, and symptoms of urine are also suggestive of BEP. And there are breast tumors, which is not simple swelling but is included in swelling part. The most important thing about belladonna is sensitiveness. Sensitiveness to noise, to jar, to motion. It is more like bryonia in that aspect. Aggravation from draft of air, looking at bright shining object, which is similar to stramonium. Aggravation after 3 p.m. night, after midnight, while drinking, uncovering the head, summer, sun, lying down. So there's a list of sensitiveness in belladonna. The next S is sweat, only at covered parts. Then the patient is sleepy but cannot sleep. There is sensitiveness to cold. There is great liability to take cold, sensitive to drafts of air, especially when uncovering the head, from having the hair cut, and the cold is such that the person will get a tonsil inflamed immediately after riding into a cold wind, which is similar to aconite hippar. Then the next S is suddenness. Quick sensations and motions, eyes snap and move quickly, pains come suddenly, last indefinitely, and cease suddenly, which is similar to Magfoss. There's sour taste in mouth, there is strawberry tongue, the list of S is long, and we continue with the mentals, that is social when well. When he's sick, he's quite violent. For the mental symptoms, I'm going to make another video including stramonium and hyoscyamus. I'll not be going in much detail, but adding a few points such as irritable, rage, and delirium. The social when well, sick, in sickness he's violent. There's great fear of imaginary things. He wants to run away from them, and there's hallucination. He imagines he's seeing ghosts and hideous faces and various insects. So the mind and the delirium are quite a big list. I'll be doing it in another video altogether. This is general and actually also the particular, but the particulars of the drug are quite easy. You just have to be a little bit more creative. Important particulars are that of head. So in head there will be right-sided headache with a flushed face, throbbing carotid pulse, pounding and hard. The patient will bore the head into the pillow. Headache will be more of congestive type, and it will be worse from slightest noise, jar, motion, light, lying down, least exertion, and better by pressure, tight bandaging, wrapping up, and during menses. Similarly, all particulars of the drug can be derived from general. Another one being throat, so right-sided tonsil inflamed, difficulty in swallowing, thirstlessness, redness appearance, constricted feeling, sensation of lump, etc. Then again, if we talk about GIT, so GIT, when we say right-sided, so it will be liver and gallbladder affection. Sensitiveness, so it will be greatly tender. Congestion, so it will be distended. Words by least jar, so the modalities are going to be the same. Along with liver, there is also right ileocecal affection, which is also worse by slightest touch, and even the bed cover. The transverse colon protrudes like a pad. In female symptom, there is also prolapse, which people usually forget about belladonna. The important part is that the patient feels better while standing erect or sitting erect. So this is belladonna. Belladonna is acute of calcarea carb. So if a person is constitutionally calcarea carb in acute condition, he might need belladonna. And it follows well arsenic alb, camphor, hepar sulf, merc salt, and is similar to aconite, bryonia, like I said in modalities, aconite for vertigo and cold in general. We will be doing stramonium and hyoscyamus pretty soon. So this is belladonna. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll meet you soon.